Salutare doamnelor și domnilor, sunt Mihai Daniel, bun venit pe canalul meu. Astăzi l-am alături de mine pe Mike Silagațe de la ETHFI, un proiect ce tocmai s-a listat pe Binance. Mike, welcome to my channel.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So I will start with the first question, for like an explanation for babies. What is your project?
Yeah, so ETHFI is a liquid staking protocol on Ethereum. So very simply, it's a way to deposit your ETH, get a receipt token called ETH, which is staked and automatically restaked in EigenLayer. The benefit of that is you get staking rewards, restaking rewards, and you get to collect loyalty points for ETHFI and EigenLayer. And we just recently launched a new product in addition to staking called Liquid, which takes that staked ETH and deploys it into DeFi to earn, the best kind of risk-managed yields all across the crypto ecosystem.
Okay, that is nice. So this project, it is very helpful for people who have Ethereum.
That's right. Yeah, we are an Ethereum project. We are on a bunch of different layer 2s on Ethereum, but yeah, we're Ethereum only, and it's specifically for staked ETH.
Okay, I will ask you a question because just 2 days ago, you just listed on Binance and you have been on the Binance Launchpad. How crazy is this story? How complex is to be on the Binance Launchpad? How is it to go live on Binance?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very intense process. We've been working on this for, really not that long. My previous startup, which was another tech startup, it took 10 years to build. It was a very long, kind of intense process until we were able to exit in 2021. This project we've been working on it for just over a year, maybe like 14, 15 months. We started around December of 2022. We raised the seed round and then launched the actual product, like the staking product, in November of 2023. So it's only been, like 5 months since we launched it. And in that 5 months, it's just been a completely insane kind of rocket ship ride up. We've scaled up to 3 billion in TVL, 3 billion in staked ETH in a very short amount of time. And then at the same time, over the last month, we've been working on exchange listings. So we got listed on Binance, on OKX, on Bybit, on basically a lot of the smaller exchanges, essentially kind of everywhere, and had a crazy, wild token launch. As part of that token launch, we did Binance Launch Pool, which is there's a lot of benefits to. There's a huge cost to it because we had to, provide 2% of our token supply to Binance users. So that's a very, very large number. It was 20 million tokens. But the benefit of it is it's a really great way to distribute the token to lots of retail users so that there's liquidity out there so people can trade it and kind of the token can move around. So so I'm certainly glad we did it. I think it was the right move for us.
In terms of Binance Launchpad, I told you in my country, a lot of people are dreaming to be there. So I don't ask you questions that are covered by NDA. I ask you general questions. Is it impossible for a project to get on Binance Launchpad? Is it so hard?
It is, yeah. There's not a lot of projects that get on. I think there's a lot of luck to, what happened to us. Like, we made a huge bet on restaking in EigenLayer early on. And so as a result, we were the first project to launch as a liquid, restaking solution on EigenLayer. So we bet, and the market lost their minds, and EigenLayer mania kind of took over. And so everybody got super excited about it. So we were the beneficiaries of that, of the whole EigenLayer narrative. And because we had such a crazy kind of ramp up and growth rate, that allowed us to, it was not a very difficult thing for Binance, I think, to list us, because we were the largest project in the category. We were growing really fast, and it just kind of worked out well. But normally, yeah, it's a very challenging. Like, they're quite selective about which projects they list on there, and it's a very, very challenging thing to.
For my understanding, first you need to have a solid project. You need to have a community.
Yeah,
you need to have a use case. I mean,
Exactly.
Launchpad is not for baby projects. It's not for people who made a white paper today and tomorrow they dream about raising money.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Look, Binance is a huge exchange. They have like a very large percentage of liquidity and trading volume. So they get to be very selective about which projects they list, and certainly projects that go on Launchpad. And so, yeah, like you really need to already have a lot of traction before they'll consider you. Like in our case, we had 200,000 users, as I said, 3 billion in TVL, and growing super fast. So it just kind of made sense for people.
Okay. Now I will put you like a meme question, in terms of X, people now they calculate everything on X, 2X, 3X, 5X, 20X.
Yeah.
I think your project already have done major things, 200,000 users, 3 billion in TVL. How far you think this project can scale up in the realistic mode? I'm not talking about the token. I'm talking about, the gross numbers. I mean, the use case.
Yeah, look, the token price is a fundamentally speculative thing. I think currently it's trading at like a $3.2 billion, FDV, which is a pretty ridiculous number if you think about it. Like we're a new project, we have revenues, but it's sort of on the order of like 15 million in revenue run rate. So like I don't know what math you get to 15 million to 3 billion, so I don't know or really care about the price in the near term. But in terms of like what we're trying to build, what we're fundamentally trying to build is a product that gives people a crypto native way to kind of run their finances in a non-custodial way that's aligned with Ethereum values. So our first product was Ether staking, which allows someone to hold their ETH and stake it. Our second product is ETHFI Liquid, which allows them to deploy this ETH into DeFi. And then our third product that's going to be coming out is called ETHFI Cash, which is a way for people to actually use their assets in the real world. So the three of these together allow you to save, invest, and spend, which is a way for you to deplatform off traditional banking and go crypto native. So our goal is to onboard the next 100 million, the next billion users into crypto and make it easy for normal people to use crypto. Because right now, when you look at DeFi, there's maybe a couple million users in total, and all of those users are like hyper sophisticated financially and like play these weird kind of gambly DeFi games. And that's fine, but like that is not normal people. Normal people don't do that, and for good reason. We want to make it easy for normal people to use crypto.
How long you think it will take for crypto to become normal for normal people?
It's been a slow process. And it's been, a lot of it has been just a giant casino, right? It's sort of gambling with extra steps. And again, that's fine. But I think it's actually ramping up pretty quickly. Like seeing the onboarding of real world assets onto crypto has been really exciting. Because that's, you have like actual income producing productive assets being tokenized. I really think over the next like 2 to 3 years will be like a major shift. And then maybe over 5 years, it'll start to become a little bit more mainstream. And it's not just somebody, with their Binance or Coinbase or OKX or whatever app, sitting there like, playing the lottery. Instead, it'll be like just something more normal that people use in their day-to-day life.
I want to ask you, is your product have any interaction with the ecosystem of Ethereum? I mean, with Vitalik, with the core team of Ethereum?
I mean, in a sense, yeah. So we signed what's called the Protocol Guild Pledge, which is where we give out 1% of our tokens to the Protocol Guild, which is the team that builds Ethereum. So I mean, that's our small contribution to that team. And on top of that, obviously we're supporters and participants in the broader kind of ecosystem of the thousands of DeFi projects that are out there. But but and we have somebody from Ethereum that's on our advisory board. So we talk to them pretty regularly. But look, I mean, it's a decentralized system. Like we're not hanging out in Vitalik.
I know, but
you know,
do you receive any kind of support in terms of, you know, marketing or awareness for the main community?
from Ethereum?
Yeah.
Not like from the Ethereum Foundation. I mean, they're quite rightfully they stay very neutral on this stuff, which is I think right. But yeah, I think that's just the answer. Yeah, the Ethereum Foundation is kind of like focused on Ethereum, not on projects that are built on top of it.
Okay. And what is the roadmap for the immediate term, like 2024?
Yeah, so we launched ETHFI stake in November. We just launched ETHFI liquid, which is the DeFi strategy vault. So you just put in your ETH and it deploys it for you in DeFi. And the next big product that we're launching is ETHFI Cash, which is basically, you can think of it as like a spending wallet that you can use in real life. And that's coming out in the next probably like 8 to 12 months.
How is this working?
Well, there's a lot of technical decisions that are still left to be made. So anything I say, take it with a grain of salt, because we have not finalized a lot of this stuff. But the dream is to create a payments layer 2, which is like a roll up on top of Ethereum that has a few features built in specific to payments. So one of those things might be transaction disputes. Like if you spend your credit card, you know, money on your credit card in your real life, one of the things that's nice about it is if there's fraud, you can dispute the transaction. And so our goal is to create a consensus mechanism around transaction disputing, which I think will be valuable and is something that turns crypto from a little bit, you know, this kind of Wild West, where if you lose your wallet keys, like all your money's gone, to something that's a little bit more safer for average people. So it's a payments layer 2, an MPC wallet. So ideally, this is a mobile app that, again, you can use in real life. You go to a real store, you can tap and pay with your mobile wallet. And then a sort of as part of that, like a prepaid reloadable credit card that automatically can be reloaded using your crypto on ETHFI. So if you've got a bunch of assets on ETHFI, you can borrow against them and spend with your credit card, or just directly spend your ETH.
That sounds very nice. Do you have any message regarding the token for the Romanian community? I mean, make them understand what is the scope of the token, except gambling.
Which token? The governance token?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 2 tokens. One is the liquid staking token, which is sort of like your savings. It's just wrapped ETH that is staked and earning yields from staking, restaking rewards. The governance token is the token that governs our protocol. And there's, I feel very strongly about value accrual mechanisms for governance tokens. I don't love the idea of, you know, meme coins that just have the same name as the protocol, but don't have anything really to do with it. So with our token, yes, it can be used for voting on governance matters, but it also is, well, this is actually the first proposal that's in our governance DAO, is the DAO uses protocol revenue, a portion of protocol revenue, to buy and lock the token. So it basically is constantly buying back the token from the market and locking it, which effectively reduces circulating supply. So that is a tie-in between protocol and, you know, the actual governance token. And then finally, we are looking at a staking mechanism where users and node operators stake the token in order to, I guess, increase their share of participation in protocol revenue.
Mike, thank you very much in the name of Romanian community. I wish you best of luck for the project. And if you have major updates, let's do another video in the future.
Great. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thanks for having me.
My pleasure.